Every day, an entire library of human history quietly disappears. A grandmother takes her final breath, and with her goes 80 years of wisdom, heartbreak, survival, and love. The people at the center of this loss are women over 55. They have lived incredibly complex, resilient lives, yet they remain the most overlooked and underserved generation in the digital age. We try to capture these lives using the tools we have, but physical diaries end up lost in boxes. Static home videos sit on hard drives, rarely watched. This creates what we call the invisible crisis. When a matriarch passes, the family loses her foundational vision. The dates of her life might be recorded, but the unique voice that gave those years meaning vanishes. Society spends massive resources managing the physical decline of aging, but keeping a body comfortable does nothing to solve the deeper problem: how to keep a human soul and its presence alive and interactive for the people who come next. The solution requires an entirely new category of software, known as emotional technology. Standard technology is built to optimize systems and process data. Emotional technology is engineered with a different goal entirely: to actively strengthen the emotional lives of older women. Instead of recording a dry, chronological biography, these tools capture the why behind a woman's life. They preserve her core values, her specific sense of humor, and the hard-won instincts that guided her through difficult years. This approach rejects the standard societal objective of simply aging in place, where a person manages their physical decline. Instead, it promotes growing in motion, treating the final chapters of life as a period of active, purposeful creation. By shifting the focus away from cold data storage and towards soul preservation, a legacy stops being a dusty archive. It becomes a living, interactive connection that future generations can actually engage with. There is a psychological roadblock built into traditional legacy apps. If you hand a woman a questionnaire and ask her to start talking before she understands her own worth, she will edit herself. She will minimize her experiences and leave out the best parts. To solve this, we have to look past traditional mental health, which often focuses on fixing what is broken. The priority here is mental strength, building what is possible. This is achieved through the Golden Method, a proprietary 6-step operating system designed specifically to build that mental strength. Before any external legacy is recorded, the internal foundation of self-knowledge has to be established. As a woman moves through this specific framework, she stops minimizing her life. She begins to understand what she has survived, and she starts owning her narrative. The advanced AI legacy tools deployed later only function successfully because of this first step. The technology works because the human user has already reclaimed her identity and her power. Once that mental strength foundation is built, women enter the Golden Legacy Forever ecosystem. The flagship tool here is Living Memoirs. It creates an interactive AI twin of the user, capturing her personality and wisdom so that decades from now, her great-grandchildren can actually sit down and converse with her. For women who built companies, Founder's Voice serves a similar purpose. When a female founder steps down, her business often loses its core values. This tool preserves her strategic wisdom, ensuring future employees can consult her founding vision long after she retires. These are supported by supplementary tools like Story Songs, which converts major life milestones into original music, and Organizing, a system designed to curate a woman's physical environment for her present life. Together, these tools actively solve the invisible crisis. They take passive, forgotten memories and transform them into a conversational presence, allowing the women who built our past to directly guide our future. Tarochione designed this entire AI ecosystem to confront her own mortality. At 79 years old, living on 24/7 oxygen, Kathy was told by a doctor to get her affairs in order. Instead, she spent her recovery building. She built 7 proprietary AI tools directly from her recliner, using her own survival as a testing ground for the mental strength techniques the platform now delivers to other women. This technology resonates deeply with its users because it was engineered from inside the demographic. It is driven by urgent, lived experience rather than abstract market research. The ultimate outcome of this work won't be fully realized today. It will happen a century from now, when a great-grandchild seeks comfort, continuity, and a sense of belonging, and finds it in a conversation with an ancestor they never physically met. That is the promise of emotional technology. It ensures that absolutely no woman's story, wisdom, or voice should ever be lost to time.